every day. It's a chance to be healthier, but March is National Nutrition Month, and Allison Roy, a clinical dietitian from Bay State Medical Center, is here with nutrition tips and tricks. Thank you so much for joining us today. You've brought a great amount of snacks. Want to start going through them?
Yeah. So this is literally what I would take to work with me. I'm pretty busy in clinics, or I'm traveling from location to location, so it's all about ease and convenience, and I want things that are quick and easy, that don't require a lot of prep. People are working, people are busy, they don't always have time to make a ginormous salad with grilled chicken or something that tastes delicious, but it's time consuming.
And so all these things can take you through the day?
Through the day,
breakfast
for me.
to dinner?
Well, maybe breakfast to the pre-dinner snack.
Yeah,
How about
breakfast
that?
till you go home and have a really nice dinner with your family.
There you go, that sounds perfect. So we try to have a little bit of carbohydrates and a little bit of protein. That's what's going to give you the most amount of consistent energy during the day. So we're looking for whole grain carbohydrates, or carbohydrates coming from maybe your fruits like raisins or apples or some whole grain crackers or a nice whole grain bread. So what I tend to bring would be something like a cottage cheese, power-packed protein. Half a cup of cottage cheese has 14 grams of protein. So delicious choice for protein with maybe some sesame crackers. A nice whole grain cracker, you can even see the nuts and seeds in there. This is not a white refined cracker. We're looking for whole grains with our protein choice.
Now this isn't a bad idea. You can dip also.
It's great. That's why I do it. I love the little rounds.
Nice.
So that's one option.
Okay, we can do this.
We can do this.
We can do all.
You can eat it now.
Everything.
Yeah.
I might.
Second
I'm
option
gonna
would
hold
be
off,
some hummus made with garbanzo beans. So again, we're getting high protein with a little bit of carbohydrate, a lot of fiber in here as well, with some carrots. I just threw in, you can buy baby carrots if you have time and if you feel like paying a little more for the baby carrots, or you can just buy a regular carrot, peel it, slice it up, and now I've got carrot sticks to dip in my hummus.
You know what I do? A great tip, I think, for a lot of people out there. I buy a 5-pound bag of carrots.
Yes.
I come home, my wife and I, we cut them up and put them in a ton of bags for the whole. So we have a week's worth of carrots.
Yes.
We just deal with it once and then we forget about it.
And then you're done. Yeah.
And the other thing, if people want to save a little bit of money, making hummus is pretty
So
easy and so cheap. You can
Super
save so
easy.
much money
You're
because
right.
it gets expensive.
Absolutely.
Now what do we have next?
So then I've got apple with a couple of string cheeses. You can do one or you can do two. If you're looking to cut your calories, you might want to just do one string cheese with an apple. But this is a great portion of what a standard serving is for a serving of fruit. So we want to make sure we're getting fresh fruits and vegetables throughout the day. A lot of people miss that. And this is a super easy. You grab a bag of apples, you grab one, wash it off, and throw in 1 or 2 cheeses.
Well, one of the tips that you have is you want people to eat about 2 fruits and 3 vegetables every single day.
Every single day, and that's a minimum. The whole 5-a-day campaign is fabulous. It's great for kids to get at least 5 a day. I think adults, the starting point should be 5 a day. But for those of us who are only getting 1 or 2, 5 is a great place to sort of reach for the start.
Meal planning is really helpful. That's where a lot of that comes in. Because if you can budget, you know, a serving of fruit or vegetables throughout your day, it makes you that goal a little bit more achievable.
It is. And look how easy this was. I mean, I've got 2 right here, and this is just my snack attack during the day.
Easy.
And then if I add something like some nuts and raisins, so I've got a nice variety of unsalted nuts. I like to choose the unsalted with just a 1/4 cup of raisins, and that's a great little protein carbohydrate power snack.
And raisins are a whole lot better than fruit chews. Is that right?
Oh, they sure are. Absolutely. Yeah, the fruit chews are mostly sugar. You know, the gummy fruits, and they're great when kids want a little bit of a dessert or a treat. But if you're looking for something for sustained energy, then your raisins are great. They've got some fiber and they're good solid carbohydrate.
So maybe everybody should get the kids into the raisins early. Never introduce them to the other stuff.
Yeah, the little boxes of raisins are great. I could have brought one of those, but instead I just threw in what I had from a big, huge container, which is sometimes more cost effective.
And I think a lot of people too, they don't have necessarily refrigeration at their jobs.
That's true.
So they're looking for things that don't need refrigeration.
Right.
A little thing of raisins, great idea.
Perfect idea.
All right.
Yeah.
What's up with the sandwich?
So this is some whole multigrain bread. That's actually from a farmer's market, and it's a half a sandwich because you really don't need a whole lot more. So you're going to get about 2 tablespoons of peanut butter in here with a nice multigrain bread. And I did that because you might want a little bit more than just 2 hard-boiled eggs.
Yes.
That might not be filling enough. A lot of folks head to the gym after work, or they're busy and they don't have time to necessarily go home and get that, you know, solid, well-rounded meal with carbohydrates, proteins, and some veggies.
And it's important if you're going to go to the gym. People really need to get their act together before.
Fuel up.
Fuel up, exactly.
Absolutely.
You need to fuel before and after you go to the gym.
Yeah.
And that's the way that your muscles are going to respond best to these sorts of things.
Yeah.
And now, what's up?
That is actually a chicken salad.
Okay.
And I like to do that sometimes with one of these whole grain crisps.
I got to try one of those crisps at some point.
Or just a spoon. I've got, you know, in my little bag, excuse my reach.
Oh, don't worry.
An ice pack.
Great idea, and
Yeah,
especially if
keeps it all
people don't
cold.
have their refrigeration. Grab an ice pack or 2.
And a plastic spoon. So if you run out of crackers or you run out of carrots and you just want to eat it with a spoon, it's going to stay nice and cold. In the summer, you might want 2 ice packs.
Oh. Now, people should eat many meals throughout the day. That old notion of having a big breakfast, lunch, and dinner is kind of out the window.
It is, and I think it's not realistic for a lot of folks. People who don't have time for a really big breakfast. I mean, I definitely want folks to have a decent-sized breakfast, but it can be something like from here, or whipping up a couple of eggs in the morning and having a quick, kind of multi-grazing sort of meals throughout the day is wonderful. It keeps your metabolism going, and it sometimes helps us to overeat, but with that being said, you do also have to be careful that you don't eat 3 big meals and a whole bunch of snacks. Because then you're going to end up with 700 calories more than you need.
So I guess maybe, what's that, 6 small meals or so?
Yeah, 5 to 6 small meals works for a lot of folks. And even just, being here a little earlier, talking to some of the other people in your audience, they were saying that they really function well on having 5 or 6 small meals during the day. And that works best for most people. And folks with diabetes need to be controlling their blood sugar and eating a lot more often.
So I guess at the end of the day, it's all about kind of just thinking more about what you eat, being a little bit more deliberate in your food choices.
A little bit more planning.
Yeah?
Yeah, none of this was more expensive. None of this was necessarily more time consuming to put together. You just need to think in your head before you pack your lunch, oh, what am I going to do? And if it's all in the house, it's easy to throw things in that bag.
Yep. So a little thought ahead of time is going to keep us all happier, healthier, and we might save a few dollars too.
I hope so.
Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
Today.
Thanks
It's a
so
pleasure
much.
having you here.
Thank you.